Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. Today I'm going to show you what to do after you receive our done for you setup. So if you're brand new to our program, all of the members in our program can actually get a done for you setup. And there is a few steps that you need to complete after the setup. So I'm going to walk you through that process today. Now, inside of the resource area that you get access to when you become a member, you will see there's actually a library here. And of course, you're going to get the setup. You're going to go through that process. But after the setup, you're going to receive a video and then a link to this checklist here. Okay. Now, each of the steps here, if you click on there, there's literally a video that walks you through that individual step. There's links here and images to help you make sure that it's, very easy to understand, okay? But I do want to give you an overview of these steps and then actually testing your system. And this is one of the absolute most important things that you're going to do with the system, because testing it, one, it ensures it actually works, right? We want to make sure that all of the steps in the process work, but it's also a great way for you to understand how everything works, okay? Constantly, people will message me and say, I just got the done for you setup, but I'm not sure how it works. And I say, did you go through the after the done for you setup? And 10 times out of 10, they say, no, I didn't. So this is so important. You need to go through this process to make sure that you understand how the process works. All right. Now, let's go ahead and jump in here and let's get started with the very first step, which is locate your reseller API and add to the custom value. Okay, so if I click here, you'll see that it says locate your API in your partner portal. Click here. Okay, so I'm going to log into my partner portal, and you will receive the login credentials from CloudKey. So if you did not receive them for whatever reason, you make sure to use your account email address. You always want to make sure that you use always that same email address. And then you can choose forgot password if you just don't know, or of course you can contact me and I'll help you figure out why. Okay, so inside of your API, or I'm sorry, inside of your account, you'll see the image here, and it says click on the CloudKey logo in the top right-hand corner of your dashboard to reveal the API. So here I am in the top right-hand corner of the dashboard, and there's my API. I'm just going to copy that now. So if I go back here, it says paste the API in your custom values. So I'm going to go to the settings, custom values, CloudKey API, and I'm going to paste it into that custom value. Okay, so let's follow those directions here. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to custom values, and then we're going to look for the one that says CloudKey API. Okay, so I'm going to click on the pencil, and I'm going to paste that in there, and then update. All right, so the next step here, I'm going to click here, add your billing portal to your license portal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, or add your billing page rather, and it says, go to the websites, go to sites, websites, and then the marketing automations, right? So that's what we're going to do. Let's go back. Let's go to sites. Let's go to websites. And here we have marketing automation solutions. We're going to grab the billing page that is set up for us. This is the done for you website. I'm going to grab this link here, and then I am going to take that to my CloudKey portal. I'm going to go to settings, just like the directions said. I'm going to go to reskin, and then I'm going to click edit, paste in my billing link, and you'll see here it says billing link, and confirm. Okay, so what that does is when you give access to L Messenger to someone using your licenses, when they click on the to update their billing info, it's actually going to go to your own billing link here. Okay, so super cool. All right, so that is all we need to do for that step there. You could even click there to access that. So it's very simple. Now, the next step here is actually configuring your SaaS plan. So when you sign up for the program, you decide, do you want to sign up? Do you want your homepage of our website to be your SaaS plan or the affiliate opportunity? everybody has a different business style and strategy. And so you do have the capability of using either or. You can also use both as well. If you do need to configure your SaaS plans, this video walks you through step by step in much more detail than I'm going to today. But just quickly, I just want to show you, you want to go into your account if you are on the SaaS plan. So if you sign up for the program, everyone's on the SaaS plan because as one of the top affiliates, I get the ability to have a 30-day trial over a 14. So everyone starts out with the SaaS plan, and then you can downgrade anytime you want to. The SaaS plan is absolutely incredible because you get unlimited accounts, you get all of the rebilling automations, you get the ability to automatically create locations and users and rebill for texting and AI and all of those things. Okay, so highly recommend the SaaS plan if you're ready for it. But if not, I'll show you what to do to create your products. Okay, so you want to configure your products based on whatever packages. Now, this is something that I can't decide for you. You need to decide whatever, if you're going to throw in services or you're going to throw in additional tools like we have in the program. And if I look on the demo website here for the SaaS plan, you'll see here that it has $197 for the basic plan and then $297 for the plan with all of our additional tools that you have the ability to resell. Okay. So if I wanted to keep it this price, okay, I'm going to, of course, configure all that. If I have a snapshot that I want the people who are signing up for this plan to use, then, of course, I can connect that here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the plan details and pricing. And you'll see here that when you configure your plans, you're going to see this price ID. This is the important part that we need to connect it to our sub account. Okay, so I'm going to connect this one to show you here, but just to make sure that you understand, configure all of these. These are the prices and the plans that is going to determine what tools they have access to and all of that. So like I said, definitely check out that training in the onboarding area. Where is it? In the onboarding, because it goes into much more detail. But basically, you configure all these however you want them. We're going to go into the sub account now that I've copied the price ID. I'm going to go into payments, products, import from Stripe, and then I'm going to paste in that price ID. So I can now choose this plan here. If I had a setup, and just to make sure that you'll understand, when you configure products in the SaaS configurator, that's connected to your Stripe account. So when you create that product inside there, it actually is creating it in Stripe. So what we have to do is we have to tell the admin agency account, we have to tell it what sub account we want to resell this plan on, okay? And it needs to be the same SaaS or the same Stripe account, right? So we take that price ID, we paste it in here. Now we are telling the system when this plan, this exact plan and price is purchased, then it's going to trigger that SaaS configuration, and then it will take over from there, right? So it will determine what permissions and all of that people have access to. So if on this plan you decide that you want to create a setup fee, okay, maybe you're going to do like an entire like onboarding thing, maybe, whatever, maybe it's $9.97 or something like that. You could choose that here and then import the product and price. Okay, so if you do need a setup fee, that's how you're going to do that. Now, when you connect it to the website, it's going to be whatever, it's going to be this exact plan. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just import this as it is. And we'll say that this is my plan. I'm going to go ahead. Okay. So it's basically saying I can edit if I want to. All right. So I'm going to go back now. We have our standard agency plan there. Okay. Now, I am not going to import the other one, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a plan. Okay. Because remember, we actually had two plans here. So we had the 197 plan, that's the SaaS plan, and then the 297. Now, if I was using the SaaS configurator, I plan to keep that through, past my trial, then of course I would want to go back to my main admin account. Let me get back here. And I would want to grab this other product ID. So this is my next plan that I want to grab. I'm going to go to edit details, go to pricing. I'm going to grab this price ID here, and then I'm going to go back to my sub account. We're going to go to payments. We're going to go to products, import from Stripe, and then I'm going to paste that here. And now I'm importing this exact price or product. Maybe I have another $9.97 setup fee that I want to offer. I'm going to add that there. Okay, so that's saved. Okay, so now I have my two plans. Now, if I did not plan to keep the SaaS plan, I still can set this up with my plans, right? Except the difference is instead of using the SaaS configurator, I'm going to do this manually. So I'm just going to say standard, and I would just create the plans just like anything else. Okay, so we're going to say 197. And if I wanted to offer a free trial, I could do all of that. And I could also offer my setup fee here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save. Now I want to sync that with Stripe and PayPal, and I'm going to save. All right, so I'm going to make now my other plan. These are the SaaS configurator plans that say agency plan. I'm going to go ahead and create the professional plan. And let's scroll down here, digital goods. It's going to be monthly, reoccurring, and it's going to be $297. I can choose my trial or any of that here, and my setup fee. We'll just go ahead and make that $97 just to remain congruent, and sync with Stripe and save. Okay, so now we have our products here. We have the SaaS configurator products, and then we have the manual creation products, okay? So what I want to do now, if we're following along on our directions, now we've created the products, we need to connect them to our SaaS page. If you don't plan on reselling SaaS, if you plan on using the affiliate opportunity, that's fine. Just follow those directions. You don't actually have to do this. So I'm going to go into sites, and I'm going to go to websites, and I'm going to go to marketing and automation solutions because this is our website marked with the star. I'm going to go to the SaaS page, and I'm going to click products. Now, here's where you choose, right? So do I want to choose the agency plan or the SaaS configurator or not? If I'm choosing to use the SaaS configurator and I'm keeping myself on the pro plan, then I can choose these agency plans here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and save, and that connects it to my page. I want to definitely add both of the plans, right? Because these are the two plans and products that I'm going to sell on this exact page here. So when the checkout form shows up, it's only going to show these two products, okay? So if I was not going to keep the SaaS configurator and I just wanted to stay on the starter or the next plan up, then I could choose these manual products. And then of course, what I'd have to do is when someone signs up, I would have to manually create their location and manually create their user, and then they would receive access. But I still have unlimited accounts if you're on the $297 plan. Okay, so I would just choose the price here and then save, and then that's what connects those two products to that SaaS plan page. Okay. So moving on here, upload the logo and add to the custom value. Super simple. If you see all of these websites here, if we scroll to the top and to the bottom, there is a place for your logo. Okay. Now you could go through every single page and update the logo, and that's kind of time consuming. Something else that you could do is go into your media gallery here. You want to upload your logo. So let me just look in here for a vision logo. Just go ahead and click on this. I'm just going to grab this. Oops. Double click this. And we're going to drag this into our account. So I'm going to upload my logo down. And then once the logo is uploaded, I'm going to right click and then I'm going to grab the link. Okay. That's all I need to do. Now I'm going to go back to my custom values and I'm going to scroll down to the one that says logo, and I'm going to paste in the link that I just copied to my logo here. Now what that does is that actually updates all of the pages on the website so that it has your own logo here. So if I refresh, okay, so it's making a liar out of me. I love when I'm live. Okay, so I need to troubleshoot that myself. But when you refresh, that will update the logo. Okay. Now, the next step here is creating a user for yourself. Okay. Now, this is super, super important. And I see people don't do this correctly all the time, okay? When you are logged in to your white label agency domain, for example, app.myvisionagency.com, okay? You need to actually have a user with that email address. So you can see here that when I signed up for this demo account here for HighLevel, I used this email address. Okay. Now, I don't want to use this email address because if my website is myvisionbiz.com, I need to create an email address with, for example, info@myvisionbiz.com, and I need to create that user in my white label domain. So what does that mean? I need to go to Teams. I need to go to Add Employee. I'm going to create my user here, okay? Because the other user is actually the owner, all right? So I don't want that. I'm going to create an email address, myvisionbiz.com. All right, so now remember, and I said, we talked about the setup. You need to create this inside of your registrar. This is not part of our done-for-you setup. There are many different ways and options to choosing an email provider. And so you definitely want to get that set up however you need to on your end and add the records to the registrar. But you need to just make sure that the email that you're using is the one that you are logging in when you are in your white label domain. You guys should not be managing your account from app.gohighlevel.com. You should create the user here like I'm doing, and then you want to log into the white label domain. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose a password here, and we can set the permissions. This is going to be us, so of course we want everything. You can choose the user roles. And the user, of course, the user role for yourself is going to be agency, and it's going to be admin, okay? You don't need to choose a sub-account down here because you're the agency admin, so you're going to have access to all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and save now, and that will automatically send the invite to the agency to this email address, okay? So what I would want to do now, since my white label domain is app.myvisionbiz.com, our login page shows up here, and I need to now log in with that email address and password so that I can get access to my account as me, okay? So this is really important because whether you're working with your own account or for a client, you want to make sure that you're logged into the correct user. Now, you don't need to create a email address and all of that for every single sub-account that you're working in if you're doing work for clients, but you can use the login as feature and log in as that user, and you'll be able to see whatever it is that they can see, and then also access whatever they can access, okay? And then, of course, if you're sending like an email from that account and you're logged in as this user, you're actually sending it as that user, okay? So I just wanted to make sure to clarify because I get a lot of questions about that. It's also really, really important to make sure that you are logged in as that user, especially when you are in the Conversations tab, because all of the communications that you are sending are going to be from that particular email address. And for example, if I used info@myvisionagency.com inside of my account that has the email sending domain as myvisionbiz.com, it would likely end up in the spam folder, okay? So whatever email address or whatever domain you're using for your email sending domain, you need to have an email address on that same domain, okay? I know that I'm harping on that, but it's a pretty confusing thing, and it really throws a lot of people off, so I just want to make sure to drive that home. Now, the next step here is the testing process, okay? This is absolutely the most important thing that you can do. So what you need to do is go to your websites, and you're going to see here, this is the entire website that we have set for you. Now, you decide when you fill out the form if you want it to be on your main domain like this is, or if you want it to be on a subdomain like tools.myvisionbiz.com. Okay, so whatever domain you choose is up to you. Now, if I wanted to promote Elmatic, for example, and remember, as a member of the program, you have access to all of these tools that you can resell and give unlimited accounts, the free accounts to get leads, right? So if I wanted to give someone the link to create a free Elmatic account, or of course, they could decide to upgrade to one of the other two plans, and then that goes right into my payments, into these transactions, into the Stripe account, and then in my bank account. All I would need to do is open up this link, and you will see that it's connected to the domain. This is the first time it's open, so I think I did something wrong setting this up yesterday. Sometimes when there we go. So you see my logo there. It just took a second. It's kind of blurry. It's not the best quality, but obviously I would want to change that. But you see my logo there. And here's the form. Okay. So what I want to do now, if I'm testing, I need to make sure this whole process works. I want to go through and test every single tool at every single plan. So if I'm starting with Messenger, of course, or I'm sorry, Elmatic, the first thing I want to do is I want to come here in the settings. I want to toggle this over to test and save. And what that's going to do is allow me to use a test credit card to test the payment options. Okay. So I open up this page here, and you'll see that I have already some test data. So I'm going to go ahead and create my free account. So now you'll see that I've created the free account, but it goes to this page here. This is an optional upgrade. At this point, this person already should have a free account. They should have an email from you and from CloudKey with access to their free account. And you can see here that it says you can register for the free account, and then you can upgrade to premium or legacy with this exclusive offer. And then it is below advertised pricing, right? So they have the option to do this. If not, simply check your inbox for login credentials for the free plan. Now, I am actually going to pull up. I'm going to go to my business account here. I am so sorry. And I'm going to move this over. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually looking to see, okay, I did not receive an email. Okay. Or I did not. Yeah. So I sent it to myself, right, using the test email. And if you guys didn't know, you can use your actual email address, and you can put plus whatever you want to at your domain. So you're using your actual email and then the plus sign and something else. And that will allow you to see if you actually received that email. So I did not receive the email. So what do? I actually go back into the account, and I need to test this process. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into contacts, and I see that the contact was added. Okay. So I'm going to click into the profile, and I'm going to go down to tags. Okay. So I can see now this contact right here went to the billing page, went to Elmatic, submitted the 2-step form. It was created a contact, right? So I'm going to look down here, and I don't see any tags. All right. So that lets me know that something is going on in the automations that I didn't receive the tag. So I'm going to go back to automations, and I'm going to go to Elmlink or Elmatic, because that's the tool we're working on. And it was the free account. Okay. So I'm looking here, and I don't see that account or that there was any enrollment in this workflow. Okay. So this tells me something is not set up right. Okay. So I'm looking in my funnel here. Submission is opt-in. Page is Elmatic. So that's definitely an issue. And honestly, at this point, I would need to contact support, because I'm not quite sure why, when we submitted the form, the submission type is opt-in and the page is Elmatic. It's all correct there. So at this point, I would need to contact support. Okay. If I can test another one, but if the contact was enrolled here, and when I say contact support, I mean HighLevel. Okay. So if the contact had enrolled here, we would see the enrollment here. Okay. So then our next troubleshooting thing would be that we need to check the automations, right? So if I go now to CloudKey, and I go to Elmatic, because that's the tool that we're looking at, I can see enrollment here. If I saw that contact was here, And I can see if it got to like the web, because this is typically what happens. If it gets to the webhook option and you see this little, like, there's like a little man icon that shows up here, like they got hung up here, and it'll actually tell you in the enrollment history that that failed. So if it does say that, that is likely a issue with the webhook that goes to CloudKey and the API. So at this point, if this contact went through the whole process and got hung up here, you would contact CloudKey to say like, hey, here's a problem. And I definitely encourage you, always send videos to support, because that's how they're going to know how to help you. Okay. Because sometimes it's really hard to understand what the actual problem is. Okay. So now that I've tested this and I've seen that it didn't create that account, something else I would also want to check is in my CloudKey portal. Do I see the account was created? If all of that process inside of my HighLevel account, if everything looked good, like it should have worked, then I would see that account created here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to create my own accounts, all I need to do is go into the portal, go to add license, add my name, my email address, and then I can choose any of these tools that I want to create an account for myself. And then I can choose whatever plan. The number next to the plan is going to be the number of licenses that plan uses. Okay. So hopefully I have helped you understand that whole testing process. If I wanted to test a payment account, what I need to do, and I want to go back here because I don't know why this doesn't work. I'm going to have to go through this and test this out because that's really irking me. Okay. But what I want to do to test a paid plan is I want to go back here. Okay. And I tested the free one. Now I want to test the paid one. We're still in test on my website. And what I want to do is just purchase this plan and we'll see if this plan works. So I'm going to add 42424242. This is the magic number for a test card on Stripe. I'm going to choose any expiration date I want. So I'll just say 1225. I'm going to choose any code that I want to, and I can put my zip code in here and claim this upgrade offer. Okay, so no payment attempt, similar object exists in test mode. You know, I think this is happening because I am in test mode here and I'm using a test account that is not actually set up in Stripe. Okay, so I apologize for that. If that payment had gone through, though, it would walk me through to the thank you page. And then I would be able to see here in Elmatic Pro, I would be able to see the automation take place here. Okay, so I would see their enrollment. Of course, they would go through this process here. We would add a tag, and the whole system is based on tags. So Elmatic Pro is a tag for the Elmatic Pro plan. So even if I entered this tag on any contact at all, it's going to create an Elmatic Pro plan. So it would send, as soon as you tag someone, it would send them through the automations and they would receive an email address for this plan. Okay, so it's all based on tags. And of course, they would receive an email from you letting them know how they can upgrade to another plan. And then, of course, we're updating the opportunity. Okay, so that is how you want to walk through. You want to test every single step and every single page. And you want to troubleshoot, right? So we learn by necessity. We can't be the master of everything. And the best way of you to learn this process and all the different things that HighLevel has to offer is absolutely by testing your system. I cannot stress it enough that you want to test your system. Now, if you decide, well, first of all, after you've completed all of this, make sure to remove us from your registrar and your agency. We no longer need access to that. So that's just some housekeeping things. I will continue to receive notifications about your account, and that's not really necessary. You don't want me to know all that stuff about your business, right? So if you go back into the after the done for you setup also, you'll see some training in here. If you decide that you want to, add the custom value or you would rather promote the HighLevel affiliate program than your SaaS, there are instructions here on how to change that. Of course, you need to sign up for the affiliate program, grab that link, and then paste in the custom values. It's super easy. This shows you how to switch the homepage to the affiliate offer. This is just an advanced API setting if you did want to do that with the Cloud Key tools. Also customizing your colors, which is basically just changing those hex codes out I showed you yesterday. Purchasing additional licenses. If you want to build something else that's not even our system, maybe a course or whatever, I have hundreds and hundreds of videos to help you with that. Also changing domains, there's training there. And when you're ready to promote your system, there are 2 different tools that you have the ability to use that are included in your program, and there are instructions on how to do both. So if you want to run paid ads, you can use the Vision AI ads tool, or you can do organic traffic using Messenger. Okay. Hopefully I have clarified this whole process for you to get your system set up. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone, so I'll